Hello, hello, hello. All right, you guys. This is my disclaimer because I am getting more in depth with more psychological, mental behaviors, and triggers, and all the works that goes into doing your shadow work or individual work on yourself. And so I do want to make sure that it is very clear that you all know that I am not a licensed practitioner. This is not medical advice whatsoever. These are things that I've done to help myself along the way. And I'm just sharing my experience in an educational, motivational, inspirational way that I can to help anyone who's been through any of the things I've been through. And if you have the same occurrences, even as of late, if I can be of any kind of help or any kind of solitude for you in any kind of way, this is my way of helping and providing that to anyone that needs that, because in this world we need someone to lean on, and when you can't lean on anyone, it's hard. So I pray that all of what God has given me is here for you, whether you say source, creator, whatever, Buddha, the creator has given me to give in any capacity I'm supposed to. I am doing everything in my power to make sure that I do that. And so I want to also thank you all for listening in and being patient with me as I'm trying to make sure I'm more consistent. I just have a lot of business and things that are trying to take off, and so it's taking my direction towards other things. And so I'm putting this into incorporations of my endeavor to make a better world for you all, my family, nephews, eventually maybe a kid or something along the way, and just to make the world a better place. This is just my contribution to the world at large and in my neighborhood, around me, close to me, not so close to me, wherever it may be. So I hope and pray that this gets and delivers to you the very best of what I hope to give and can give to anyone that might need it. And to also preface this particular episode, I want to make sure I say that always take everything with a grain of salt, and to be aware of your own circumstances and guidance to do the things that you're supposed to do for you. In every situation, you're supposed to always gratify yourself with the understanding and knowledge and gnosis of what the creator and source of all things wants for you, and to tell you in your own way. It is very special. So for you, it may not be the same thing that I am going through or doing or dealing with or have dealt with in any capacity. That's upon you to determine or to differentiate in any capacity that you can. But if it does help you, God bless it. I'm grateful. That's exactly what I wanted to do. And in this particular episode, I do want you to take into consideration that not all energy is bad energy. And even the uncomfortable energies that we want to get away from have to be dealt with in a time frame and span of what we're supposed to do those certain things. And if it lingers upon you to deal with that energy for a bit longer than what you would like to, do those things, because it's in that process that you learn more and you are dedicated more to contributing more to yourself and reality at large for the collective beings of self and the energies of the individual all around the world and the universe in itself. Because we're not just here by ourselves. We have many other hosts of beings in this reality, in this existence, beyond ourselves and even close to ourselves that we don't always pay attention to or are aware of. So do the work that it brings in the good diligence that it needs, and that boasts you to bring out the best in yourself and the light that's within you and the world around you. So don't rush to get rid of the negative or rush to get rid of the uncomfortable or the misery that you're feeling. Learn from it, grow from it, and better yourself from it. And when it's time for it to come out, to dump, to extinguish or disseminate, then you can do that. But if you don't think you're supposed to just dump that energy out, then find yourself in that place of where you're supposed to be to use that energy to do what you're supposed to do with it and whatever it's for, and to learn from it, grow from it. That's where the education is in the shadow work. But until next time, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I just added another 5 minutes onto it, so you'll have to forgive me. But I had to make sure I had my disclaimer and this little bit of a preface for you guys. So thank you guys so much for being a part of my journey. I love and appreciate all of you, and you have an awesome and wonderful day. Check it out. See ya. Bye. Love you. Hello. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and record one more video. I'm a little hungry, but I can wait a little bit. I want to get this done and finished for today. And I didn't want to wait to do another video because I know I was out with a cold. And I don't want to make you guys wait for more content. In any case, we last left off with what works for you in the process of keeping yourself not feeling more distraught from doing your healing process of doing the shadow work. And and what that ends up looking like for the most part, we talked about how you can be a little bit more patient about the process and being diligent as well, and selectively choosing your thoughts, which is by slowing yourself down some more so that you can actually have a better experience with your traversing these different spaces that you go into. And so because of the work that we do on ourselves on a regular basis, we find ourselves a bit more tired at times because this is emotional work. You've ever had a very stressful day and you might have gotten your 6 to 7 hours, because we don't get no real 8 hours, but 6 to 7 hours of sleep that you need, and yet you are even more exhausted from whatever happened and transpired throughout your day. And so now you're finding yourself a bit more boggled down by these emotions that you've experienced. So now you have to play catch up with yourself in order to get more energetic and feeling back to normal. And this is just really the process of dealing with your emotions and having to traverse those spaces that you go into and boggle your mind. Your mind becomes a little bit more fatigued from us going in there with our toothbrush in our brain and just going in there and just, I'm going to clean this stuff up and get this stuff out of here, and make sure your mind feel a little bit more sluggish, because, or not even just sluggish, sometimes it can make you feel foggy, sluggish, distraught, disturbed a little bit, but that's all because of the work that you're doing. So the mind is having to recalibrate itself so that it can say, okay, I'm in a new state of being. I'm having to acclimate myself to this different state of being. And your body, being a creature of habit, is used to those feelings feeling one way, and now it's supposed to feel another way. This traversing of spaces takes a great toll sometimes, because depending on the emotion and the memories and the entanglements that's there, you're going to feel a little bit more drained from the experience because you're doing your due diligence. So the way that you can kind of help that more is by what we can call karma dumping. What I like to do at the end of my day is either, for the most part, is sit outside. You can either do that or meditate, but I'll sit outside and I let the energy drain off of me. And the earth is such a great neutralizer of energy that I allow that energy to go straight into the earth, and allow it to kind of dissipate and come off of me. So I use visualization techniques to help that process of me come out of those certain energies, because when you're a person that is trying to break old habits, you do a lot of energy work, or sorry, that's my nephew. You do a lot of energy work, or you are doing a lot of karmic work for yourself and your energy and your space around you collectively. I do a lot of collective work for the collective. So I know that, shifting reality for my sake is better for everyone else as well. So anything that traverses around that space or that traverses in connection or conjunction, because connection is not connecting, girl. Anyway, conjunction with the karmic energy that you're putting off, if you will, or remedying, can shift your reality and take things from one level to a whole new level for yourself, and then that for others as well, and then you push things up to the next degree for yourself and other people. So you are required to take a rest. You are required to take some alleviation of the mental fatigue. And one of the ways that you can do that is by working with the energy to calm yourself, knowing that you're working with that energy that's helping you to make you feel better, recognizing that you're doing the work, saying that I am helping myself and other people is a great comfort to your mind as well, because once you think outside of just yourself, it brings a whole new awareness, because remember, the tapestry, the co-creative consciousness is working in tandem. And so you feeling that you are helping lets the co-creative consciousness know, hey, we're being helped to make sure that we can function. So we need to give this person some relief, because in the midst of you recognizing that, the co-creative consciousness of the fields really realize that you are really co-creatively working on those things to help things bring it to a better state of consciousness in everyone's reality. In so doing, the earth is thankful and will deplete that negative, I won't say shadow, but the negative ions, or not even just the ions, but the psychic energy that you might have been playing with, to reduce that from you by slurping it on down through the Earth's atmosphere, or rather the Earth's magnetic field, and then dispersing that energy so that it can be transmuted into something that's actually good for the entire field. So when you are in connection with the Earth, which everyone is, but we are in connection with it by thinking of it, synergizing with it. When you're in connection with the Earth, it tends to pull this energy from you slowly, or not even just slowly, but minutely. No, what do you say minutely? What's the word I'm looking for? Meagerly? No, that's not the word. In portions. And so when you do it intentionally, it begins to really open up, because it can feel your intention for the most part. Remember, the earth is alive and thinking being, alive and living thinking being that feels and thinks and sees and knows all, not just like God, but in a way that the atmosphere is needed to be changed and shifted, and be made aware of its circumstances, what's needs to be done to change things. The co-creative consciousness is also intact with the spiritual body that is the earth itself, a celestial being. And it knows when you are tapping in, and so it will take that energy from you, suck that energy out of you, ionizing that energy, but not even just ionizing it, but transmuting that energy from your mind, your third eye especially too, because it can get trapped there too, and transmuting that energy through the earth, and then neutralizing it so that you don't have to feel its pull anymore, and that you don't have to feel the lagging of that energy pulling you down, because now you are free of it. And if you are really doing the work like you're supposed to, you'll see the shifts change and happen for you throughout the process. And what I normally would do is I would give my gratitude to Mother Gaia, to the earth, for transmuting that energy for me, because I'm doing a lot of transmuting for the collective, and not just myself, but for the collective. And now the work that I'm doing is changing and shifting my world for others as well. So it knows that I need a hand in getting that energy transmuted, because when you are transmuting energy, manipulating energy, mystifying or demystifying things that could be a bit more oblivious to other people. And you're connected to this thing that you're connected to help with the consciousness of all things. It brings out a better awareness into you as to what to do those things. And tactfully, some tapestries have strings, if you will, and those fibers get caught in your psyche, in your psychic energy. And so now you're lingering with some of those energies and emotional energies plaguing you. And so now you have to allow something to pull those energies from you. Now, if you level up, you can transmute and do that work yourself, but it takes a practiced hand to do it too. But the earth is a great magnifier or demagnifier of those certain things and transmuter as well. So allow the earth to take that energy from you, to source the energy from you, and allow your mind to be much more freer. You can then start thinking clear. You can start seeing the fatigue leave. You can see the fog leaving, and it's a better way to sleep as well. But even more so, now you're able to transmute the energy that you're feeling, the fear, the anxiety, the positive and the negative stuff that you need to have changed over to transmute to more neutral energy for yourself and become more calm so that you can be able to rest for that particular evening and enjoy your night. And then your mind is much more clear. So one of the things I normally do is that I visualize all the energy that I feel that doesn't feel wonderful. I allow the energy to be more present in my space as I'm much more aware of it. And the sensation is there, so I know how it feels. So paying attention to how the sensations feel for me is very important. So I realize how it's touching me mentally, physically, emotionally, if it is. And then I'll see where they are synced or in synchronicity. We're going to say synced. And then I allow their energy to work off of me or work into the atmosphere. And then it becomes more present so I can see it. And then touching those energies, I just absorb the energy from the earth, allow the energy to envelop all around me, and touch into the spaces where those energies are. But more so just touch into the space. And as it taps into that space, it ends up enveloping that energy to be magnetized by Mother Gaia, the consciousness, the co-creative consciousness as well. And then transmuting that energy, shifting it into the atmosphere, into the ethers, into the earth. And more so when it's really heavy, I directly visualize that energy shifting into the earth itself and then pouring into the earth, however many leagues or miles or whatever inches or feet that it's going to shift into the earth until I am consciously aware that it is being pulled out of me. And I try not to be distracted. If I am by chance distracted, I know I need to wait for my mind to stop doing whatever it's doing. So I kind of don't force things. I allow those things to transpire until they've settled themselves back down, because wherever your awareness is, that's where your attention will go, and the more focus and energy will go towards that direction as well. And I'll allow that energy to just start to pull off of me and to come out of my third eye and to start brandishing me with more comfort of knowing where I am in my particular circumstance. Sorry, the video was recording at the same time. I'm not sure why it did that to me, because it doesn't normally do that. Well, we're just going to have to finish this off with like something else at the end of this for that video, because I didn't expect this. But as it pulls off of my third eye and brings me into more awareness of my freedom from those thoughts and negativity. I find myself in a more mystified stage. I wouldn't say dreamy, but luminous? Mystified state. We're going to say mystified state, to where I am more it's really doing something weird. Sorry. Oh Lord. In a more mystified state, to where I am actually able to there you go, lucid. Much more lucid state, to where I'm actually able to
recording in progress.
Forgive that, you guys. A more mystified state, lucid state, because it's almost, I wouldn't say a high, but it's more like a, like a, oh my God, like, if you've ever done morphine from having to be in the hospital, but it's not like, that intense, but it's more like the relief is like, oh my God, and you kind of become, a little lucid, because it's like the relief kind of leaves you in like that state of relief that you kind of sway with it in a way. And so it brings me more freedom, and I come out of that darker energy, if you will, from the day, even if it's not that dark, but darker energy of the day. And so after a while, I feel myself pulling back into the ethers and saying, oh my God, I can feel myself again. I'm wonderful. I can, eventually I can, even out through everything, but I can I feel more even keeled, and I can emanate the things I want to emanate in my space and reality. And so now I'm much more patient, kinder, gentler, nicer, because now I'm not stressed by the energies that have plagued me throughout the day. And now I'm much more back into a different awareness of my state. And now I'm in more connection with Source throughout the end of the day, and I'm just ready to, just take on the day, even though it's ready time to go to bed, but I'm ready to take on the day. And I'll talk to the Creator. I'll give the Creator, a piece of what I've been going through, what I've been dealing with, what I've been experiencing, and how I've been experiencing it for the most part throughout the day, so that I can literally have a relationship. You want a relationship with the one that created you, that made you, the form in which you are, internally and externally, however you want to, go about it. But it's all created by the one true Source. But more so, you give credence to the one that created you, so why not have a relationship? So, melding my mind with the Creator and just enjoying the time and space with the Creator to enjoy me in this present where I am, because in my beliefs, the Creator is existing, living through you, and enjoying that time and that space with the Creator, the source of all things, is incredible. And so it gives me more peace that I have someone that's with me, that comforts me, that keeps me going, that keeps me stable, that stays with me. Even through the craziest of times, I know I'm good, because there's one person, one energy source, one person that does know what I'm going through, what I am, and what's been happening, and what's going on inside of me. So the same thing goes for you as well. The Creator will love for you to have a conversation, love for you to divulge your secrets, your mind. You can't hide anyway, but your secrets, your mind, your state of being, the promises, the day, the such and such, everything in their relationship. There's nothing to be afraid of, but to be aware of, because you're already aware of it. But there's nothing to be afraid of. You are inevitably co-creative consciousness with all things, but more so the tapestry is in the Creator's mind, so there's nothing to hide from. even if you wanted to hide. But there's nothing to hide from and nothing to be ashamed of. When you've come through certain aspects of your reality and things have gone the wrong way, you know that you may have been in the wrong place, but you know that you didn't mean, or you know that you weren't intending upon, even if you did. But whatever may have happened, it's time to get over it. Let it go. Get over it. Be better. Do better. Be the best version of yourself. Whatever it is you're supposed to do, do those certain things, because that's what you're meant to do in this time, in this space, in this life, and in your own reality. So with that, say a little prayer, go to bed, and I'm out. I'm good for the evening, for the night, and then I get back up in the morning and I do my morning meditation. And we'll get into that more so as time goes forward. Because I have to go, I have to make sure my other nephew didn't wake up because he's crawling now. But I want to thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you guys enjoyed the conversation. Feel free to like and subscribe and to share with your friends and family. Love you much. See ya.
I was going to tell their name was Nico.
Come on.
Their name was Nico.
Yeah. This is Roman. Say hi, Roman.
Hi.
Look up there. That's the camera.
Hi.
That's my nephew. He's a really intelligent, intuitive kid. He's very awesome. He's very cool. He's gonna have his own YouTube. Watch, I'm telling you. He'll have his own YouTube. He's gonna be a YouTube star. And more. But for now, thank you guys so much for everything. And I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Love you much, and I'll see you in the next round. Bye.